Hello everyone, I'm just doing a little overview on Dragon Quest Heroes. I'm going to talk about some features and mechanics in this game. Right now I'm in the airship. This is kind of your hub world. This is where you do all your preparation and management before going out on quests. This middle section I'm in is the shop area. You have like your weapon shop. You have all the different categories of weapons. Some characters do share the same weapon, but most of them, their weapon is exclusive. You have like armor. This lady over here is for questing. This lady keeps track of like achievements and stuff like that. You have item crafting. You have the priestess lady for saving. Over here is the tavern. The tavern is where you can switch your party members, anybody you've got into your team. You can have a party of 4. But at the beginning of the game, you have to choose either the male or the female hero, and whichever one you pick is going to be in your party at all times. You can't take them out. But you can still customize the other 3 slots as you wish. So far I haven't been in a story situation where I had to take anybody specific. That's pretty much it. You have various NPCs around. This lady over here, she gives you mail occasionally. Sometimes you get little gifts or just random little information. I'm gonna go out into a mission now, or a little free mission, so that I can talk about the game mechanics. Trying to find an easy area so I can Okay, so right now I'm on a free mission. Free missions in this game, for people who are familiar with Warrior Muso games, free missions normally just meant playing through like a story mission, and except you weren't like tied to any story requirements or anything like that. In this game, the free missions are just maps of endlessly respawning enemies, and you leave whenever you want. So you can kind of come here and just grind and level up, or collect loot or money or whatever you want to do, and then leave whenever you like. So it's kind of different. It's very different, but it's nice. Like, it makes it easier to do what you need to do and then get back to progressing with the story or whatever. Okay, so right now I'm going to talk about each of the buttons and what they do. Square, that's your standard attack chain. Most characters have a 4 attack chain. Characters with heavier weapons normally only have 3 hit attack chain instead of 4. And then you have some characters that are kind of unique, like this bow and arrow lady. She has I don't know her name. I'm not like a huge Dragon Quest player. I know some characters, but not all of them. Unfortunately, I don't know this girl's name, but I'm gonna figure it out shortly because I really like her. She's good in this game. Like her, for instance, she can just endlessly shoot arrows. She doesn't have like a standard attack string. Okay, so that's it for square. Triangle is like your heavy attack. Depending on what part of the attack chain you're in, you can do a different finisher when you press heavy attack. This is very similar to other warrior games. I think there's actually a menu. Yes, this shows you all the different moves you have. So you see, like, I have square, 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 triangle, square, triangle, square, square, triangle, and all that different stuff. So if I press triangle just once, I get the dashing slash, and if I press triangle after 1 square, I get the launching attack. And then that's when you do square, square, triangle, and there. So those are your different finishers. If you hold L1, that's your guard. You can cancel attacks into guard. It's not like as fast as other games, but it still works. R1 brings up your skill menu. This lets you push whichever button you want to get a skill. Like, I'm gonna do my square, so I get his flame tornado. If I do triangle, circle, And then X is kind of like it's a more of a personal ability. Like each character has like a more, it's not necessarily a combat move. Some characters do have a combat move, but it's kind of something like for the main character, I can't use it here, but what it lets him do is travel around the map. In some really large battlefields, there will be crystals you can activate, and in between the battle, when you need to maybe go back to your base to protect it, you can use that ability to fly back to your base. So that's the kind of thing. Like this girl, she puts up a sleep barrier, and then I haven't used hers yet. I think this is the healing move. Yeah. So she has healing. Like this character, hers is an attack, because she's a pretty much offense-oriented character. Alright, now I'm going to talk about some more. No, I haven't finished the buttons. X. We have jump. Circle. This lets you charge up your little meter on the bottom left, the meter with the purple you can see filling up by the character image. When this is full, you can go into like an awakening mode, and you're temporarily buffed up. You're invincible. You can double jump. You can air dash. You deal increased damage, and you can do a finisher attack either when the bar runs out or early by pressing circle again. R2 is your roll. This is better than guard. I don't use guard much at all, honestly. Roll's is much more useful. L2 is character switch. Let's see. The D-pad. If you look down at the very bottom left where you see these little monster icons, this lets you control your monsters. You know, left and right lets you choose what monster you want. If you press down, you can discard one from your slot, or if you press up, you can summon it. These monsters, mostly you want to use them whenever you're in missions where you have to protect an area. It's good to just summon a bunch of these guys to keep your area safe. Some of them just come out and do one attack and then disappear. Some of them stay on the battlefield. And they all have a unique attack upon summoning. So sometimes if you take the time to learn each of their unique attacks, you can use them in really helpful ways during their summoning. That's about it for the main controls. Now I'm going to talk about some of the more advanced stuff, like different cancels and stuff you have. So right now with the main character, his strong attack, this dash slash, he can use it to create endless chains after he does a heavy finisher attack. So let's say I press square triangle. Normally that's the end of my combo, but if I press triangle, I can go into that, and then you can cancel this into more regular attacks. So he can kind of do an endless loop. Oh, and right there you just saw me do some jump attacks. You have a couple jump attacks, so that's like square, square, and then triangle, I get this. You can jump cancel, so let's say you do one attack and then you can jump cancel that into aerial attacks. And you can kind of do, whenever you're doing the triangle in the air, you can cancel that into his little dash slash. So you can mix this up into like a lot of endless chains. Or upon landing, you can also cancel into your skills. You can't cancel into roll. Like normal attacks on the ground, you can roll cancel or guard cancel or jump cancel, but you can't cancel this attack into rolling or guarding or anything. There's always going to be landing lag. So the one thing you can cancel it into is either the triangle attack or a skill. And as for skills, you can actually chain those into each other as well. So I can just keep chaining these back to back. There's no limit on them. You'll run out of MP eventually, that's your only limit, but there's no limits to how you can chain them. So you can kind of mix them up. You can also jump cancel skills and roll cancel them and stuff like that. Alright, I'm going to talk about this girl right here. She has a more unique gameplay style, so I'm just going to kind of give you an idea how some characters they kind of break the standard play style and have more unique mechanics. This girl, as I already talked about, she has an endless shot string. If you hold the button, she has a charge attack. As you see, it's changing colors, and each color actually creates a different type of attack. So you see red is an exploding arrow, yellow is like a spread fire arrow, and then the blue one is like a really high powered piercing arrow. Then in the air, she kind of has she has like a, I'm trying to remember how to do this. Oh yeah, you can either hold it or just press it. Like if you just press it, she'll shoot a couple times, and if you hold it, she'll do a rapid fire. And then her triangle attack, she either has a hold one or a standard one, like you just tap it and she does that, or you hold it and then she does a forward kick. After that, you can shoot a barrage of arrows at the enemies. This attack right here, I like this a lot. This works really well on giant enemies. Basically just to launch that out of them and then just stand back and shoot. This character is she can be kind of cheap, because a lot of the enemies, they're not super aggressive. There are a couple of really aggressive enemies, but a lot of them you can just kind of stand from a distance and cheese them with her. This attack right here, I like this a lot for fighting mobs. This other attack, this is kind of more of a gimmick. I guess you can use it to get yourself away if you see enemies approaching. It doesn't have as much use. Okay, here we have Jessica. She plays kind of like the main character, except she can't do like the endless chain. Her standard attacks are okay. They're not that great, but it's her skills that makes her really good. She has this attack right here, which can freeze enemies. Freezing giant enemies is very helpful, because they deal a lot of damage, so you can immobilize them. She has the healing skill, of course, which I just recently found out about. Being able to heal is a pretty big deal, because a lot of the enemies I'm fighting at the point in the story I'm at, they deal a lot of damage, and to be able to heal is a big deal. This move, I've never seen if it has anything special. I figured it would like charm them or something, but I haven't noticed it. Alright, here we have Elena. This is one of my favorite characters. I already put up a video kind of describing her unique mechanic, the clone cancel. So if you just press and attack it like a certain frame, like it's not like a really tight link. It's not like no one frame link or any hardcore fighting game link. But you got to be specific. Like you can actually mash the button and get it to come out, but it's easier to learn the timing, because in between your mashing, it's very easy to miss it. And then she also has, as I already talked about, she has her unique ability is another attack as well. So you see, like some of her attacks are hold attacks. You can hold this and it lasts longer. That same with her uppercut. You can hold it. And then her triangle attack, her strong attack, she can hold. So she's got a lot of interesting mechanics. She's kind of like, you know, she's just oriented around pure offense. So people that like kind of a really technical offense heavy character, she fulfills that role. She's one of my favorite characters for sure. All four of these characters I'm using right now, this is my ideal party. I pretty much just have Jessica for the healing, but these other two characters, like her, I love her playstyle. She's so good at taking out giant enemies, and Elena, she's my favorite character to use. The main character is really good. I try not to use him a lot just because he's the main character, and I kind of want to experiment with some of the other characters, but he's a really good character, and his endless chain is a lot of fun to use. So anytime you just need a really solid character to use, that's the main character. That's sort of it. I'm gonna try to build up my awakening meter so I can show you how awakening works. It takes a long time. Maybe if I fight enemies I can fill it up faster. No, these enemies are really weak, so they kind of die too quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna charge it this way. I wonder if you get an ability that lets you charge this faster. This is kind of ridiculous. I mean, it kind of always filled up that slow in other Warrior games too, but it's just so slow that it's not really useful unless you really need that pinch to finish it. It's easier just to fill it through fighting. Okay, so Awakening mode, I'm gonna show you guys. It's a really quick, so I'm gonna have to show off all of its stuff kind of fast. This is one of the crystals I was talking about that lets you warp around the map. So if I activate this, I can use his ability. And I only activated that crystal, so I can only go there. But it's a way to quickly travel around larger maps. Okay, so now the Awakening. You move faster. You deal more damage. You have a double jump. You have an air dash. You can do like XX or square, double jump, square, air dash, square, triangle. So I mean, Awakening is really cool. I'm hoping there's like some kind of accessory or something that lets it last longer. Because unfortunately it ends too fast for how cool it is. That's pretty much it. So you see, I can just leave the free mission whenever I like. It just warps me back to my ship. When I warp back, it'll show off all of the stuff, the experience and money I got. So there's my experience, money, and that's it. That's pretty much it. That's just a brief overlook of all the game mechanics. If you have any questions about anything, just comment, and also you can just watch my other videos if you want to see more in-depth gameplay. But this is just a really brief overview just to kind of give you guys an idea of what this game plays like and the different features it has. See ya.